Brian Powell of I Run Far here behind the camera in an unusual style interview because one of our interviewees is getting her foot iced right now. We got Tyler Stewart here on the right of Patagonia Ultrarunning and Stephanie Howe on the left from the North Face. This was Tyler's second 50-miler and Stephanie's first. Tyler comes from a Ironman background, and Stephanie has been racing shorter runs for quite some time, and looking to learn a little bit about these women and their transitions in the sport. So we're going to start with Tyler. You've run 150 before, but you did Ironmans for a while. You've been a triathlete, and tell us about the transition into what brought you to ultra running.
To be honest, I mean, I've been doing triathlons for 8 years now, and I've been a pro Ironman athlete for, I think this is 4 or 5 years, I can't remember. And at the end of last year, I was at Ironman Hawaii, which is the World Championship, and had a really rough race. My stepdad died while we were there. He died the day after the race. I knew he was really sick. And I just kind of looked at everything and I said, you know what, like, I can do an Ironman anytime. Like, I can go, I know what it's about. You know, I've probably done 15 Ironmen in my life. I knew everything about it. There was nothing that was unknown about it. It was like, oh, can I go 5 minutes faster today than I did last month? But there was nothing, challenging is the wrong word, but there was nothing that was unknown about it to me. And I wanted to try something new. I wanted to put myself to the test of lining up for something and not knowing if I could finish again, which is how I started triathlon.
Gotcha.
And when I volunteered at Western States last year, I was like, this is what I want to do.
So, I mean, people probably don't know, but you have the cycling record for women's Ironman. So you're a cyclist, correct?
I'm a cyclist, yes.
So this is not just you transitioning from being an Iron Woman to ultra running. It's from being a cyclist to.
Yeah, I actually took a year off and became a pro cyclist as well, and just rode my bike. But, you know, so I like to change it up. I've got ADD, what can I say?
Yeah.
Ironman, cycling, now we'll do a little running. It's not bad. I can tell you I'll never be a swimmer.
You're not swimming from France to England anytime soon?
No, I don't think so.
Gotcha. Well, you did pretty well in your second 50 place and second today, correct?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And we have Stephanie Howe over here who ran her first 50-miler today. Can you tell us a little bit about your running background? Because you're new to ultras.
Yeah, I've run a little bit in the past, like I ran in college, but I've always been a cross-country skier. So this last year I moved to Corvallis. I'm from Bend, Oregon, and Corvallis doesn't have snow. So I decided I wanted to be a runner this year. So I've kind of been dabbling in running race a little more, and I really like trail running. So ultras were just kind of like the next big thing to try. So I've done 3 50Ks now, and then this was my first 50 miles. So they've been a lot of fun, and I've learned a lot, especially today. It was hard.
So what about trail running draws you to it? What do you enjoy?
I just really like being out in nature, I guess, and there's more to think about. Like, it's just beautiful, and you know, you can't just like mindlessly turn, you know, left or right. You have to be conscious of what's going on, and there's just something to being like out in the woods by yourself, or I don't know. I like it.
So have you, throughout the winter, were you mostly Nordic skiing, or were you running through the winter?
This year I ran through the winter, being in Corvallis. I did a couple ski races, just kind of jumped in them for fun, but this is the first year I've ran the whole year, so it's been good. I have to thank Megan Arbogast because she kind of took me under her wing and showed me the trails, and I don't know what I would have done without her.
What have you learned in your transition over to ultras?
To ultras?
Or trails, to trail running?
Well, I was just saying, and today I learned that, like, 10 miles is a long ways at the very end. I guess in my transition, I don't know, being patient, feeding is important. Those are all things that, like, with the shorter distances, you can get by not doing them, but here it just bites you in the ass, and you don't take care of that stuff early on.
So how did you learn that? Because this is your first 50-miler, and you were very patient, and you moved up through the day.
Well,
no, not quite,
I
but
shouldn't say that. I guess I was bonking pretty hard for a while, and I just totally just slowed down and like took care of myself, and then the last 5 miles were awesome actually. So
Yeah.
that was a good learning experience that you can walk hard and then come back.
Did you ever have that experience in Nordic skiing, or?
Not really, because a 50K is kind of the longest you race in Nordic skiing, and that takes a lot less time. And like skiing is nice because you go up the hill, and then when you go down the hill, you're tucking, so you're resting, so it's a little bit different. And then gliding is just, it's less hard on your body. So I've never really bonked in a ski race.
So Tyler, you have as you're saying, 4 or 5 years of Ironman experience and pro cycling experience. That's really from the longer end of the spectrum, almost comparable or even longer than you ran today. What lessons were you able to transition and apply any of those lessons to ultra running?
You know, it's funny. I mean, so I would definitely say that what you learn in Ironman, and especially, you know, as an amateur, as you're learning before you really start racing Ironman, is it's all about patience. Like, you have to find your one kind of comfortable spot and be able to stay there all day long. And then when you start racing pro, like, you have to take chances, and you know, you got to lay it on the line sometimes and see how long you can last. But I mean, that I would definitely say in the 250s that I've done, it's so funny because I start with people and people just go out of the gates like bats out of hell. And people are always saying to me, "Why are you back here? Why are you back here? Why are you running so slow?" I'm like, "Because I got 50 miles to run. Like, there is no rush to anything," which is the way that I started doing Ironman as well. You know, it's like when you do something that you don't know and you don't know how your body's going to react, I think the best thing you can do is be super patient. And if you've got energy at the end, great, let it go. But it seems like so many people approach these things and they make the same mistakes every single time. They come out of the gates, they get excited, they go too hard, they try to stay, you know, they want to win the first mile, exactly. And I mean, I went back and forth with a bunch of people earlier, and then they finished, you know, an hour after me. It's like, just hold your pace steady all day long, and you're going to end up having a much better result. And that's definitely something you learn in doing Ironman.
Gotcha. So speaking about patience over a long period of time, you earned a Western States 100 slot today.
Yes.
Any thoughts on whether you're going to use that spot?
You know, I have to say that this year is all about the unknown for me, and running 100 miles is definitely unknown and very scary for me. So I am absolutely going to be there.
Awesome. So Stephanie, how about you? What are your race plans for the year, ultra or otherwise?
I don't know. It was kind of, I wanted to see how this race went and then kind of plan. I'm in school till June, so I'm kind of not doing a lot till I'm done with that. But I am doing the pole paddle in Bend. Very big deal in Bend, so I'll be doing that. And then there's some races that I like to do, like the Mount Ashland Hill Climb Half Marathon. I think I'm doing Trans Rockies again, which is always, well, it was a fun time last year. I'll probably do the North Face 50 in December, and some 100-miler or 100K somewhere in the summer. So.
Well, great. Well, congratulations to both you ladies on your great runs today, and welcome to the sport of ultra running. We're glad to have you.